Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about a new penny stock. I've never talked about this penny stock, Golden Triangle Ventures Inc., GTVH, and why a lot of people are getting excited about this one. It is up 54% on a 0013 move. It is bouncing off of lows of 0015. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about the company. I don't. It's my first time even talking about it, so don't expect my information to be completely accurate. I'm going to go off of the Q&A that they released on Twitter on at the beginning of this month, and we'll go from there and give you my thoughts. I think this one, if I were to sum this video up real quick for the ones that don't want to watch till the end, there is your buy zone here. Anywhere under 002, in my opinion. Oop, that's a small triangle. Where's 002? There we go. Anywhere under 002, that is where you want to accumulate for the next run. Essentially, what I'm saying is buy down here, don't chase anywhere up here. So I'm not saying it's a buy right here. Not at 0037. Wait for it to come back down. We like buying cheap on this channel. Beat cheapskates in the stock market and you will make money. Don't buy it when it's at its most expensive. Now, let's go over the Q&A here and let's see if this is a company worth paying attention to. This one's on my radar because of Warrior05. He's a guy that I talk to in Discord every now and then. We get into some calls and we just talk. And he's like, "Hey, you should keep an eye on this one because this one is very volatile, has a low float." And you guys, if you've been watching my channel, I talked about how a lot of penny stocks that I talk about on this channel, Sybil, AITX, Ilus, they don't have a low float. They don't have 5 million shares outstanding. They have billions. So it's very hard for those stocks to really make these big runs to dollars. But when you have a stock with a low float that's communicating with shareholders, there's potential for a lot of money to be made as long as you are patient and disciplined and wait for the stock price to come down nice and cheap. Again, we want to buy cheap. I'm going to continue to say that. Be a cheapskate. Okay, so this came out July 2nd, 2024. So not too long ago. This information is still fresh. What does the company intend to clear all of the outstanding balance in convertible debt owed to TK? If so, by what date? Our intent is to achieve a debt-free status and strong profitability. We cannot provide a specific timeline. Our company is committed to reaching this goal by developing income-producing businesses. Well, what this tells me is this doesn't even have a business, which is fine. It doesn't have a business right now. It doesn't really even have income by the looks of it because they're looking to develop income by getting into, yeah, by having a business. So uh, that's why I'm saying buy under 002. Do not. This is not something you want to hold a bag on because it's not even a real company with real revenues. It seems like based on that alone, yeah, we're committed to reaching this goal by developing income producing businesses. Well, let me know when you start a business then. Will there be a pause in dilution? Oh, so there's dilution going on? That makes sense because you don't even have a business apparently. So that's another thing you have to be aware of. This stock does dilute apparently. So you can take advantage of that because dilution is going to send the share price down, which is fine. It just gives us an opportunity to add cheaper. Again, we want this under 002. So I hope they dilute a lot and bring it down to 002 so I can load. What is the share price target? We do not provide share price targets. We focus on executing our business strategy and creating long-term value for shareholders. They're starting to sound like Ilus right now with their long-term shareholder creation. When can we see some real pictures of progress going on at Destino Ranch? So these guys don't even have a business. People want real pictures. They want to know that it's a real company. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, please be careful with something like this. With this kind of penny stock, you want to buy it when it's at its cheapest, and you don't want to go in too big because this could easily be just a fraud scam, and it just dies at 0001. Is there any timeline or checklist for Destino Ranch that could be catalyst for shareholders? Yeah, no. The fact that someone's asking this question, they're basically asking, are there any catalysts for shareholders? AKA, is there anything, any PR you guys are going to drop so I can load up right now and make and flip it? That sounds like a trader. That's a day trader question. That's a swing trader question. That's someone that's just looking to flip it. When is the buyback and what is the estimated amount? They're looking to reduce the outstanding shares on a consistent basis. They announced a strategic stock buyback initiative on June 6, 2024. Well, we'll see if they follow through on that. I remember Ilus said something like, hey, we're going to keep our outstanding shares under a billion. We're going to try to reduce it to 500 million. Yeah, that never happened. So it doesn't mean much of anything for them to say we're going to reduce the outstanding shares. So those are my thoughts on that. How quickly do you anticipate revenue from the various companies? Are they all active? A lot of talk about initiatives, but nothing about actual revenue. What, they're only generating about 300K? Are there plans to uplist to a higher exchange? Yes, graduating to a senior exchange is our primary goal, but we remain focused on building a strong fundamental business first. Like I said, this is sounding like Ilus. Are they just using AI to generate a response to these questions? That's what I'm wondering. Because it sounds so much like Ilus. I've been saying the same thing for 3 years now. That's why I'm saying be very careful. Is there concern that too much share dilution will result in a potential reverse stock split if uplisting is planned in the future? We are focused on executing our business strategy and maximizing shareholder value. Again, are these guys using ChatGPT? This literal sentence here, this one sentence, it's literally what I just like to say in every one of their PRs. We are focused on executing our business strategy and maximizing shareholder value. Shareholder, yeah, that's suspicious. That's super suspicious. Again, it doesn't matter. We don't care because we're not longs. We're here to flip it. So we're waiting for it to get nice and cheap, anyways. We're just trying to be careful not to buy something that ends up going to 0001s and we lose a lot of money because that's happened before. We've seen penny stocks go from 1 penny to 0001 in no time. It'll drop 98% on your head. So that's what we're trying to avoid. We have at this time we have not discussed or planned a reverse stock split and have zero intentions of doing so. So no reverse split to worry about, and dilution is happening. They don't really have businesses. They're working on initiatives, quote unquote. Shareholder value. Just, it sounds very pumpy. It sounds very 2021 ish, if you know what I'm saying. But hey, if the share price is gonna be jumping 50% every now and then, we might as well buy the bottom on it and flip it. What is the realistic share price, both short and long term? We do not speculate on share price targets. That's definitely who asked these questions. It's either day traders, a day trader, swing trader, maybe a long asked that. Who cares about the long term anyways? Not with a penny stock. Just buy Nvidia and sit on it if you want something good long term. Yeah. I'm not I'm reading through this and I'm not exactly, over the moon about it. like I said, I think it's more of a play on the technicals at this point. There was minimal revenue from like Pragma sales. Yeah, so these people are, this is just okay. So basically, I can sum this up real quick for you guys. This is a whole nothing stock. But if you look at the technicals, you see where the bottom is, you see how far it can move on hype. Even here, 0007 to 0033. Then it just had a lot of quiet period. You would accumulate here at around triple zeros, and then it has another run, then another run, and then another run. So that's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, we love penny stocks like this that a find a bottom on a chart. We load up when it goes to the bottom. We don't chase here at 0037. That would be silly. That's not a strategy. If you want that kind of strategy, I'm sure there are other YouTube channels that are more than happy to tell you guys, GTVH 0037, this is going up penny, I'm buying. And no, no, I'm not like that. We are disciplined. We wait for the bottom. That is it for the video. Again, as a company, I don't really care about it. They didn't seem, I'm not too enthused about it. It's a whole nothing burger. But it's good to know that they're going to continue to dilute so we can take advantage of when it comes back down. Because dilution usually leads to the share price coming down. So we'll be able to load nice and cheap. Which is why I'm saying just be very careful though. Do not go in with big, like, don't go in with like 10 grand or 5 grand. I would go in maybe with a grand at best. And if it goes up 30, 50%, take your profits. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm going to do at least. Again, we love penny stocks that bottom out and that move and that are communicating. The company's communicating with its shareholders, which gives us an opportunity and gives long something to speculate on and get excited about, and that can move the share price. And a hot PR can send it to a penny easily, especially with these low flow double zero penny stocks. So that is it for the video. Golden Triangle Ventures GTVH. Not something you want to invest long term. Definitely not this. This is a no no in terms of long term investing. But a yes yes if you're looking to swing trade it for some juicy 30%, 50% profits.